All right, folks, you are looking live at South Jackson Stadium right here in Jackson, Mississippi. I'm your host, Trellis Williams. Today, we got region play getting started between the Terry Bulldogs, the 5-0 Terry Bulldogs, taking on the Forest Hill Patriots, who sit at 1-5. Folks, we appreciate you joining us. I'm Trellis Williams, your host. The Terry Bulldogs 5-0 on the season, looking to continue this trek of dominance that they have done over the course of this season. They take on Forest Hill, who's had a lot of struggles this year. They're on their campus here, Forest Hill High School at South Jackson Stadium, and these two teams are set to play. So the Bulldogs coming right off of a bye week as we get right here into the Buford Plumbing and Heating countdown to kickoff. We appreciate them for sponsoring us here today. And folks, Terry coming off a bye week. They had some injuries, but now they're back with Rondé Baker in full effect here today. Now, Patrick Joyner, he will be out for this ball game. He's got a hurt foot. They also have Colby George, who is out, and he's out with a suspension as he's serving 2 games, and this is the second game here today. Other than that, the Bulldogs are in full effect here at South Jackson Stadium as they take on the Forest Hill Patriots. The Patriots are headed up by Coach Tony Fell. The last 2 years, the Bulldogs have handled Forest Hill, beating them 55-0 just a couple of years ago, and last year beat them 34-18. And so now they're looking to do this again and move to 6-0 for the first time since 2006. Wow, no player on the Terry football team was even born at that time. Now the countdown to kickoffs brought to you by Buford Plumbing and Heating. When that Mississippi heat kicks in, don't sweat it. Call Buford Plumbing and Heating. They're your local experts, keeping homes cool with fast, reliable air conditioning service you can count on. Whether it's a quick fix or a full install, Buford's got you covered, because comfort starts with cool. Call 601-208-0575, 601-208-0575 for Buford Plumbing and Heating, Mississippi's trusted name in air plumbing and peace of mind. Folks, we are surrounded by the band here tonight. What a spot we have here today at South Jackson Stadium. Buford Plumbing and Heating brings you the countdown to kickoff, and in just a little under 15 minutes, we'll be seeing this Bulldogs team take the field of play once again, and this time taking on the Forest Hill Patriots. I appreciate you joining us. They're getting everyone to rise here. Forest Hill not working with too many fans. Terry has their side packed here. We'll step aside and be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. So at half field, we've got the captains meeting at center field between this Terry and Forest Hill team. Forest Hill will be wearing dark blue uniforms with what appears to be red numbers, if I'm not mistaken, and white pants. The Terry Bulldogs will be wearing their white jerseys with white helmets and maroon pants. And so we'll see these two teams take each other on in just a little bit. On the near side of the field is the Terry Bulldogs, headed up by their head coach, Coach Chris Thigpen, at the helm for the Bulldogs. And he has just passed up his losses to where he now has a winning record as head coach at Terry. When he took over Terry, the program was struggling, and they were also competing against teams who are now considered 7A, and they were for the first 3 years of his coaching career. The last 3 years, the Bulldogs have overwhelmingly been winning football games, and it has been very good on their part. And that's what we've seen from the Bulldogs. That's what we've come to expect from this Terry Bulldogs football team. And now we're going to see these two teams this Bulldog team face off with Forest Hill in just a few moments. So looking at the right of your screen, there are the Terry Bulldogs surrounded by the cheerleaders. Now you got the pink involved for breast cancer awareness. We also have the Terry Bulldog mascot right next to the Bulldog team on the left side. There's Forest Hill in the dark blue with the white pants. Folks, we appreciate you joining us. It's Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button to the TSJW Network. Hit that subscribe button right now. And as you see right there from our sideline camera view, you got the Terry Bulldogs about to be introduced to the fans here at South Jackson Stadium. The officials discussing something at center field. We don't know who's going to have ball first. We'll see that in just a few moments. And here come the Bulldogs. They're being introduced to the crowd as the cheerleaders lead the way. The Bulldogs 5-0 on the season. There you go. You can hear the band loud and clear from where we are here today. And the Bulldogs about to be taking the field now. Now Forest Hill, about to see them come from their side. And here's Forest Hill. Dark blue uniforms, white numbers, white pants, dark blue helmets. And this is the third year these two teams have played here in a row. The Bulldogs have won the last two contests. And the Bulldogs are going to kick this football off to Forest Hill. The Patriots will be back to receive here as they are huddling up on the sideline. We're about to see Terry hit the field again. They're 5-0 on the season at the moment. And we're about to see Terry in just a little bit. Derek Howard Jr. on the kickoff. He'll send it long. And on the near side, returned by McCarty. Caleb McCarty finds an opening and past the 40, down to the 42-yard line. And that's where Forest Hill will start their possession. And so the Forest Hill Patriots will get good field position to begin the ball game. They have the ball at the 42-yard line. The Terry Bulldogs will start out on defense. Keeson Kendrick will be wearing number 14 here today. Patrick Joyner is out. That's his normal number. And so Forest Hill going to start off. They got a handoff here early, and that was to LaKendrick Bibbs, and Bibbs is taken down and for no gain. So we're going to be looking at a 2nd down and 10. Lined up at quarterback is for Forest Hill is Jamarcus Bird. Normally a running back. He's had to line up at quarterback. He's 5'5", senior for this Forest Hill football team. Terry and Forest Hill, start of region play. Patriots football. In the shotgun is Bird. Jamarcus Bird, man in motion here is Cameron Hope. And here's the handoff again to Bibbs around the right side. He's tripped up as he got past the 45 down to the 46-yard line. And so now we're going to be looking at a 2nd down and 6. Or 3rd down and 6, rather, for Forest Hill. Nathan Kelly able to get the tackle for the Terry Bulldogs, running a little D-line as well as O-line for him. He had a knee injury that he was able to get a good bye week there to recover from, so we see him back on the field here playing defensive end. And the shotgun is Jamarcus Bird. Bibbs is right behind him. Fakes the handoff, and now Bird around the left side. He's going to find the 1st down. Will he? Yes, he will. Past the 45, down to the 44 in Terry territory. So 1st down there for Forest Hill. A nice fake handoff and a run to the left side for Jamarcus Bird, able to find that 1st down. Ball's going to be at the 44-yard line in Patriot territory. 10 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter. Patriots with the football. Bird in the shotgun. He's got trips to the left, and right behind him is LaKendrick Bibbs. Short pass into the flat, caught, taken down there by Keeson Kendrick. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That was Jacavius Powell who received it. No gain there, 2nd and 10. We're here from South Jackson Stadium where the Terry Bulldogs, Forest Hill Patriots take each other on. 2nd down and 10 for Forest Hill after they just got a 1st down. Perfect weather here for football. Right around 70 degrees. Not many fans for Forest Hill whatsoever. They've had a 1-5 start to the season, so that's probably why here. Ball's going to be at the 44-yard line in Bulldog territory. Bird in the shotgun. Bibbs acting as the tailback. There's the handoff to Bibbs, and Bibbs will get nowhere. He's going to lose a yard, maybe a couple. He does. Loses 2 yards on the play, actually 3 yards on the play, back to the 47, and that's going to be 3rd down and 13 yards to go. Ball at the 47 for Forest Hill. They're looking at a long 3rd down, 3rd and 13. Bird in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, trying to run through the middle, and he's stuffed by the Bulldog defense. A loss of 2 more yards. Who was on that? That was Zion Varnell for the Terry Bulldogs, getting that tackle for a loss. And that's going to be a sack brought to you by the Hydro Station. How about that? 4th and 15 now for Forest Hill. They're going to have to punt this football. Keeson Kendrick will be back to receive. He had a punt return last ball game against Raymond. There's the snap. Snap was a little high. He's going to try to put his blocked by the Bulldogs. Ball's loose. Going to be scooped up. Ball's loose again. We see yellow on the field. Terry's going to pick it up. He wasn't able to stay in. Lazarius Ashford able to recover the ball off the punt block, but we see yellow on the field. So what's this call going to be? Yellow on the field. We've not gotten a clear signal here on what this call is going to be. They called it against the Bulldogs. I guess it was a sideline interference of some sort. But the Bulldogs offense will be on the field anyway, so the ball's going to be at the 35-yard line. And so now that'll bring us to our keys to the game for the Terry Bulldogs. Keys to the game are brought to you by Tire Depot. The keys to the game are brought to you by Tire Depot. And keys to the game for the Bulldogs definitely dominate the run game. And you got Rondé Baker back, which is always a good thing for the Bulldogs. Another key to the game here, stay off the injury report. And you have Patrick Joyner out today, and you want to be able to keep control of those emotions. And those are our keys to the game. Brought to you by Tire Depot. Ball at the 44-yard line. 2nd down and 9. That's a 1-yard gain for Rondé Baker. Busby's in the shotgun. Man in motion now is Emmanuel Harris. Busby gets it, hands it off Baker. Baker to the right side, finds the opening, cuts through, goes up the sideline. He's got green, baby! Touchdown! Terry and the Baker man puts his stamp on the ball game as the Bulldogs take the lead. And Rondé Baker back in the end zone for the 9th time on this season, and the Bulldogs take a 6-0 lead. Derek Howard Jr. will kick the extra point. Bulldogs having to get off the field here. Coach Thigpen forced to call a timeout. He's not happy about that. Bulldogs will use their first timeout of the first half. Down on the sideline cam is still Michael Williams with us. King Williams, of course, on the main cam, as well as Nettie Williams on production here with us. 6-0 lead for the Terry Bulldogs. Able to get in the end zone here early with the Rondé Baker touchdown. He had a 1-yard gain on his first run. Second run was in the end zone for 6. This Bulldogs team has a different set of goals, folks. This team believes that they can go all the way. And the way they can do it is being able to control that run game as well as being able to defend, and they've shown that so far tonight. Point for Derek Howard Jr. And there will be yellow on the field. They call it a false start against the Bulldogs here. They're always trying to keep the defense on their toes on this PAT play. They've been doing it all year. And you never know when they'll be able to get it in or when they're going to go for the extra point. Snapback's good, and Howard's kick is through and perfect. The Bulldogs lead 7-0 here at South Jackson Stadium as they begin this ball game in nice action. We'll take a break and be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. And the Bulldogs will kick this one off to Forest Hill. 7-0 ball game. Terry in the lead. Nearly halfway through the first quarter, and that kick is a booming kick to the near sideline. Oh, a nice cut there. Oh, a nice tackle there by Emmanuel Harris. A move from Jacavius Powell, and Harris did not bite on that. He got him and gets him down at the 22. That's where Forest Hill will start their second possession. Patriots football at the 22-yard line. They're head coached by Coach Tony Fell. So in the shotgun, yet again, is Jamarcus Bird. Man in motion's McCarty. Short pass into the flat. Oh, he's nailed. As that ball went loose. That pass was to McCarty. And flying in there was Chadarius Rogers. And he nailed him. Incomplete pass. Second down and 10. This Terry Bulldog defense is on it, headed up by defensive coordinator Coach Antonio Benson. This Terry defense has been very solid all year long. And this is the time of year where you want to be as tight as ever, and so far the Bulldogs look good. In the shotgun is Bird. Jamarcus Bird with two receivers out right, one out left. He's got a man in motion. It's a snap, a fumbled snap, and he jumps on it inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. And wow, disaster for Forest Hill. They're going to lose 18 yards on the play. They're going to be looking at a 3rd and 28 here, folks. Wow. They're actually going to mark it at the 6, so it'll be 3rd and 26. But very bad field position for the Patriots. Big 3rd down here. There's the snap. And he's taken down at the 1-yard line, I do believe. It might be the 2, but either way, bad position there for Forest Hill on the handoff to Bibbs, and the Bulldogs defense got him. So Forest Hill's football looking at a 4th down and very long here, 4th and 28. Back to punt, he will get that punt off. And Keeson Kendrick is back to receive. It will bounce in a Terry direction. It'll be stopped at the 35. And that's where the Bulldogs will start their possession. Great field position at the 35-yard line in Forest Hill territory. We'll take a break and be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Busby in the shotgun, trips to the right, none to the left. He's got Baker right next to him. There's the run to Baker. Baker right through the middle. He plows in there, and I think he's going to gain 3 on the play, get to the 32. 2nd down and 7. Under 4.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. We got a 7-0 ball game lead for Terry. Looking at their second drive now. Their first drive was 2 plays and a rushing touchdown from Rondé Baker. They fake the handoff. Busby pass across the middle. There's plenty of contact, and they're going to call it. The flag is thrown. There's yellow on the field. I mean, that just was nothing but a defensive hold or pass interference, one of the two. But they definitely get him with it. So Bulldogs are going to be looking at a first down here. The ball is going to be at the 22-yard line right outside the red zone. That's going to be a first down brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop. The Bulldogs have it. Twins to the left and twins to the right. They're both stacked. Baker to the right. Fake handoff. Pass out to Gibson in the flat. Gibson makes the move. He's taken down. There's going to be a loss of a couple on that play. 2nd and 12 for the Bulldogs. Clock continues to run, under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7-0 advantage. Busby in the shotgun. Metters in motion. Busby. Handoff, Baker. Baker finds a hole. He's tripped up a little bit, but he got to the 20, a gain of 4. And now we're looking at a 3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs. Big third down for the Terry Bulldogs. Of course, they're in the territory where it's 4-down territory for this Bulldogs team. But they're looking at a 3rd and 8. Clock continues to run, just over 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Next week, Terry will take on West Jones on the road. And that's going to be a tough game for Terry. This has been a team they've lost to the last 2 seasons. They're looking to get over that hump. But first, they got Forest Hill here tonight. They lead 7-0, 2:50 to go here in the first quarter, and they've got the ball deep in Patriot territory. Here's the snap. Busby looking to throw short past Gibson. Gibson trying to break the tackle. He does. Around the edge, 15 to the 14 to the 10. He's taken down. He got the first down, I do believe. Yes, he did. They're going to mark him down at the 6. And that's first down, Bulldogs, brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop, and the Bulldogs are now in the Raising Cane's red zone. 7-0 lead for Terry. He went out of bounds, so the clock stops at 2:37. 7-0 lead for the Bulldogs. 1st and goal. Busby in the shotgun. Handoff, Baker. Baker pushing his way through, diving inside. He'll gain 1. 2nd and goal. .220 remaining here in the first quarter. Bulldogs trying to get in the end zone for the second time. Clock continues to run. Busby in the shotgun with twins to the left and one to the right. Baker to his immediate left. He's going to hand it off. Baker again. He pushes his way, but he's down. Forest still able to stop him. Baker was dealing with a hamstring injury. He doesn't make it that time. 3rd and goal. Bulldogs have 2 more opportunities to get in this end zone. Twins to the right and one to the left for the Terry Bulldogs. Busby in the shotgun with Baker to his immediate left. This is a 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line. There's the snap. Busby will curl to the side. He's looking for something. He is hit and taken down at the 4. He lost a couple yards. Busby looked like he was looking for a pass. There was nobody open, and he decided to run. But now the Bulldogs looking at a 4th down and goal. And the Bulldogs look like they may throw a kicking unit out, and I think they may. I think they're going to go for a field goal here. Well, Busby will stay on the field. They bring Gibson out. I know they're going to bring in the short yardage unit, and they're going to try to muscle this one in there. Now they're working from the 4-yard line. 4th down and goal. Clock continues to run, 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Busby is in the shotgun. The Bulldogs are going to go for it here on 4th and goal from the 4. And there's yellow on the field. What's this going to be? This could make a big difference. Oh, it's a delay of game against the Bulldogs. And that will probably eliminate their ability to get a short yardage touchdown there. And now they will attempt the field goal. Going to bring out Derek Howard Jr. So far this year, he's 0 for 1 on field goal attempts. He had one right here at South Jackson Stadium, but it was from the right hash, and he missed it off left. This one is down the middle. It will be a 25-yard field goal for the senior. Snapbacks there. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And 1 for 2 now is Derek Howard Jr. He puts in the field goal to make it 10-0 lead for the Terry Bulldogs here at South Jackson Stadium. I'm Trellis Williams. We'll take a break and be right back. It's Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. It is Forest Hills football at the 30-yard line. The Patriots trying to move the football here. 1st down and 10 from their own 30. 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. Nothing ball game, folks. Want to remind you to hit that subscribe button to the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button right now. Also, check out the Magnolia Shine podcast. Magnolia Shine podcast is myself and the one and only Blake Levine. We talk about high school sports Mondays and Thursdays. You can check that out on the Magnolia Shine podcast YouTube channel. So go there and subscribe to the Magnolia Shine podcast on YouTube. Bulldogs ball at the 30-yard line. $10-0 ball game lead for Terry. Jamarcus Bird in the shotgun for Forest Hill. He's back, there's the handoff, and Bibbs gonna get nowhere. Gonna lose 3, second down and 13. And again to the sideline. I don't know if that's a timeout call or what. I'm unable to see these signals, but it's a 10-0 ball game. No, my bad. The first quarter has come to an end here at South Jackson Stadium. That brings us to our good eating second quarter when we come back. So that will bring us to our second quarter, brought to you by Good Eatin'. Bulldogs have dominated this game thus far. Second down and 13 for Forest Hill. They will be from their own 27-yard line, as Bulldogs defense haven't let much go from this Patriot offense. Second down and 13 for Forest Hill as Jamarcus Bird set up his shotgun. And LaKendrick Bibbs acting as the tailback. Bibbs is 6'2", 200 pounds as a sophomore. He's going to get it run to the left, push his way through across the 30, down to the 31-yard line, a gain of 4, which will make it 3rd and 9. Big third down here for Forest Hill. Bulldogs want to get the stop here. 11:40 to go in the first half. Patriots with the football, Bird in the shotgun. Bird fakes the handoff, runs to the left, and he'll lose yards. Back at the 28. That'll be 4th and 12, and now Forest Hill will be forced to punt yet again. So Keeson Kendrick will be ready to receive here for the Terry Bulldogs. Oh, wow, we're going to see Forest Hill's offense stay on the field here on a 4th and 12. They're going for it. And now we got yellow on the field. And it'll be a delay of game. They'll lose 5 more. 4th and 17. Patriots back to punt the football here. Snap back, punt away. Decent punt, and it rolls in a Forest Hill direction. And it will stop at the 36. That's where the Bulldogs will begin their third possession. Terry has scored on their first two possessions, a touchdown their first one, and a field goal on their second one. They lead 10-0 with 10:08 to go in the first half. Do want to shout out all of our sponsors whom we very much appreciate. Countdown to kickoff brought to you by Buford Plumbing and Heating. Also have Barnett's Body Shop. We got the Tire Depot, Wheeler's Janitorial, the Hydro Station, Good Eatin', Raising Cane's, Richard's Tire and Auto, the South Point Center, Withers Florist, Wholesale Payments, Magnolia Mobile Pressure Washing, Boone Behavioral Health and Wellness, and Vowels Marketplace. We appreciate all our sponsors here for Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Busby back to throw, short pass to Gibson. Oh, a nice toss back to a wide open Baker. What a trick play. Baker, he's skipping his way. He's got green, baby. The Baker man off the toss from Gibson. What a play. What a play call by Coach Thigpen. Unbelievable touchdown, Terry. And Rondé Baker straight skipping all his way to the end zone. Apparently they say he was short of the end zone. I think they say he was short. So it's still 10-0. But what a play, though. What a play. Hitting Gibson, and then that toss back. And so now it is 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. I still don't know how Baker didn't get in. Of course, he's kind of taking his time there. There's a handoff to Baker, and Baker will push through. He'll push again, and down inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 4. And now there's yellow on the field against the Bulldogs. As the stuff that Coach Thigpen wants to tighten up here. And Coach is upset with officiating here. But you also don't want to get unnecessary penalties there, like on an unsportsmanlike conduct. So it'll be 2nd down now for the Bulldogs. We'll see where they spot it. So the Bulldogs looking at a 2nd and goal from the 20 or the 19-yard line. Busby back to throw. Busby going to throw one up for Gibson in the back of the end zone. He pulled it in. They say it's incomplete. They say he didn't have his feet down. Incomplete pass. Oh, that was a beauty. I guess he just didn't get those feet in, and you definitely want to do that if you're Gibson. So incomplete pass, 3rd down and goal. That was a nice shot to the end zone. Now listen, Coach is in his bag right now with the play calls, as the Bulldogs continue to find good things here, but they are looking at a 3rd and goal. Busby in the shotgun. Trips to the right and one to the left. Busby back to throw. He's got great protection. He's going to throw this one to Harris. Far side. Touchdown, Terry. Bombs away, Brady. Brady Busby with the TD. To the pass to Emmanuel Harris. And it's Brady Busby to Emmanuel Harris, touchdown Terry. And the Bulldogs do get it in the end zone after a few shenanigans after that big play downfield. Now, listen, we've seen a lot of good things here from Busby here today. We've seen some good throws, good accurate throws, good timing, maturing as a quarterback, the junior. He had a full year as a sophomore to start, and you can see that experience on him now. Howard puts it through for the extra point, and it's Terry 17, Forest Hill nothing. We'll take a break and be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. And at the moment, Terry is dominating Forest Hill right now. 17-0, 9:23 to go in the first half. And this is domination on both sides of the ball here. Oh, onside kick for the Bulldogs, and they pick it up again. The Bulldogs have gotten the last two onside kicks, and they pull a fast one on Forest Hill. It's Terry Bulldogs football. And the execution is at a high level right now for Terry, I gotta say. Liking what we're seeing. We've seen a few tricks up coach's sleeve, but the players have to execute it, and they're executing right now. And the Bulldogs get another offensive possession. Ball's at the 46. Twins to the right and one to the left. Busby's in the shotgun with Baker to his left. And Metters to his right. Handoff Baker. Baker around the right side. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another one past the 40 and down to the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 8. 2nd and 2. Nine minutes remaining here in the first half. Bulldogs moving this football nicely against this Forest Hill team. Busby in the shotgun, twins to the left and one to the right. Busby will get it, but it is a false start. Second and 7 now for the Bulldogs. Ball at the 43-yard line, looking at a 2nd and 8. Or 2nd and 7, rather. Busby in the shotgun, twins to the left and one to the right. Busby, handoff Baker, and we're going to see yellow again. And another false start against the Bulldogs. This is where you got to be disciplined. In a game where you're dominating your opponent, you still have to focus on those details because the goals that the Bulldogs have are way beyond this. Ball at the 48. 2nd and 12. Twins to the left and one to the right. Busby, Baker, run down to the 45. It's going to be a gain of 3, make it 3rd and 9. Under 8 minutes to play in the first half. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, follow our Instagram at TSJW Network. We got a lot of good stuff there to check out as well. We'll be back next week live from Laurel, Mississippi as Terry Bulldogs take on the West Jones Mustangs. Things are looking good for the Bulldogs as far as winning this football game. They got to continue to play that. Trips to the right, one to the left. Baker to the immediate left of quarterback Busby. There's the handoff Baker. Baker gets the blocking around the edge. Baker makes a move past the 40, now down to the 35, moving a little bit more down to the 31-yard line. And that's a first down for Terry, brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop. Wow. How about the Baker man? Rondé Baker, just an absolute hoss, has been a great player since he was a sophomore here with the Bulldogs. As he'll go to the sideline now. Cole Reed acting as the backup running back now. Brandon Duplessis has not gotten any time at running back today. They've been using him when Baker's been out. Reed going to bust through the middle. He's taken by the legs. He's able to stay steady, though. He got to the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Second and 7 for Terry. Clock continues to run, just over 6 minutes to go in the first half. The Bulldogs lead 17-0, and they continue to move the football. Busby in the shotgun with Reed to his immediate right. He hands it off to Reed. Reed finds the blocking to the left side. He gets around the edge. He takes on another man after the first down. He's inside the 15. He'll be spotted at the 12, and the Bulldogs are now in the Raising Cane's red zone, and they grab the Barnett's Body Shop first down. 17-0 Terry. And they've got the football now at the 12. First down and 10. 5:45 remaining in the first half. We hear a whistle. It's going to be a timeout against Forest Hill. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. I'm Trellis Williams. We appreciate you joining us. Hit that subscribe button right now. We'll step aside. Bulldogs back on the field. They've got the ball at the 12-yard line. First down and 10. 5:39 to play in the first half. Busby in the shotgun with Cole Reed to his immediate right. Twins to the right and one to the left. Man in motion's Braden Gibson. He'll get the toss. He's got some blocking. He's around the edge. It's Braden Gibson into the end zone. He fumbled the football, though. We see yellow on the field. Oh, man, and if it's against Terry, I don't know how this is going to end. This may be Forest Hill football. If it's against Terry, it might be, we'll have to see. I'm not seeing any kind of happy reaction from Forest Hill, so we'll have to see what we're going to get here. Ball will be back at the 16 now, so that'll be 1st and 14 for the Bulldogs. And now we're going to see Busby in the shotgun with twins to the left and twins to the right. Busby back to throw. We're going to get yellow again. And now more yellow on the field. This time it's probably going to be against Forest Hill. Another player out for the Bulldogs here today is Jaden Luckett. He's out with a suspension. He got ejected from the Raymond game for 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. That's an automatic game suspension. So all these guys should be back for West Jones. Another guy out is Amari Whalen, and he's expected to be back next week as well. So the Bulldogs are hoping to have everybody back for West Jones, all hands on deck for that big opponent there. I don't know where this ball is going to end up. I don't know how there was unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bulldogs. I saw somebody get trampled by a Forest Hill player, and then I see unsportsmanlike conduct. They call offsides against Forest Hill, but, 15 yards outdoes 5, so I think we're going to see a 10-yard penalty here, and the ball's going to be at the 26-yard line. So now you're looking at 2nd and 24 here. That's going to still be first down. 1st and 24 for the Bulldogs from the 26-yard line. 5 minutes, 14 seconds to go in the first half. Busby in the shotgun, twins to the right and one to the left. He's got Metters to his left and Baker to his right. Busby, handoff Baker. Baker able to slice through again. He's got more blocking around the edge now. Using the speed is Baker. He's taken down inside the 10. Down to nearly, I think, the 9-yard line, yes. Busby in the shotgun. He's back to throw. His pass is incomplete. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and goal now. Or actually 3rd down and 7. 3rd and 7. 5:01 to play in the first half. Bulldogs lead 17-0 over Forest Hill here. Busby. Pass. Far side of the end zone. It's caught again by Emmanuel Harris. Touchdown, Terry. And that's the 2nd connection between Busby and Harris. Now we see Busby hobbling a little bit off the field. We hope that he's all good. That's another Terry Bulldog touchdown. 23-0 Terry. We've seen pure domination from the Bulldogs. Derek Howard Jr. going for the extra point, and that one is up and good. And the Bulldogs lead 24-0 over Forest Hill. This is just pure domination. We'll step aside. And we're set for the kickoff. The Terry Bulldogs will kick this football off, and this time it's a short kick, and it will be fielded here. Taken down immediately at the 31-yard line. Great tackling there from number 18, Brandon Robinson, for the Terry Bulldogs. It was fielded by Kendarius Harris of the Forest Hill Patriots. So the Patriots finally get the football again. It's been a while since they've had the football. They trailed 24-0 to the Terry Bulldogs. Bulldogs just been dominating them. This is the good-eating second quarter. We got 4 minutes and 46 seconds remaining. And there is the handoff, and it will be for no gain. They're going to lose a yard, 2nd and 11. Jamarcus Byrd lined up at quarterback, number 23 for the Forest Hill Patriots. Trying to make the play call here to his line. Just over 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Byrd in the shotgun. Right behind him is Bibbs. That snap is high. He's going to take he's going to take the run, and he's going to be swallowed up at the 32-yard line, which will make it 3rd down and 9. He gained 2 on the play. Ball at the 32-yard line. In the shotgun is Byrd. He's going to run to the left. He finds an opening, gets across the 40. Now he's further down, 1st down for Forest Hill as he got down to the 48-yard line. That's the first big play for the Patriots in a good while here. And they're nearly at the 50-yard line. Clock's going to continue to run as it stops for the chains to move. Ball at the 48 for Forest Hill. Byrd in the shotgun. Hand off to Bibbs. Bibbs able to push along through and down to the 47-yard line. That's a gain of 5, looking at a 2nd and 5 here. Chadarius Rogers able to get the tackle there. 2nd down, 5 to go. And once the score is a 35-point difference, that's when you get to the running clock. Bulldogs right now lead 24-0. They get the clock back rolling again. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Second and 5. Byrd in the shotgun with Bibbs acting as the tailback here for Forest Hill. Byrd, handoff, and that will be a loss. And that'll be a loss of 4 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down and 9. My apologies, 3rd down and 9 for Forest Hill. Minute 40 to go in the first half. Coming up will be our halftime report. We'll give you some scores from around the state. We got some big games here for Week 7, and we talk about that on the Magnolia Shine podcast, which you should check out and go subscribe to. Going to get a timeout here. I believe it was called by Forest Hill. Terry Bulldogs in firm command. We'll step aside, be right back. Welcome back to South Jackson Stadium. I'm Trellis Williams. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Jamarcus Bird in the shotgun, looking at a 3rd down and 9 here. Here's the snap. Here's the short pass. He's able to find an opening. That's going to get the first down and more. Full head of steam down to the 35-yard line. He'll be spotted at the 34. Big first down there for Forest Hill off that short pass as the Bulldogs brought the blitz there. Minute 27, they stop the clock to move the chains. But now they get the clock back running again. Bird, run to the left, trying to get around the defense, and he'll be pushed out of bounds as he lost yards on the play. He'll lose 5. That'll be 2nd and 15 now. Ball at the 39, 2nd down and 15 for Forest Hill. 55 seconds remaining here in the first half. Coming up at the halftime report, we'll be discussing different games from across the state. Definitely will be interesting to see. I haven't even looked at them yet. And so we'll see what we have there. Ball at the 39. Bird in the shotgun, Bibbs right beside him. Now it's the toss. Oh, he's hit hard by Ashford, and Ashford takes him down. And what a hit there. Ball's at the 43 now. Lost 4 yards on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd and 19. That was Jacavius Powell who got the toss, and he was just completely rocked by the Bulldog defense. Lazarius Ashford got in there pretty good. Clock runs, 20 seconds to go. Forest Hill wants to find something before the first half comes to an end. Perhaps they run a play. Talking with the coaches there, trying to run a play, I think. I think they're probably going to call a timeout here. They do. Timeout called by Forest Hill, 24-0, Terry in control. Welcome back to South Jackson Stadium. The Bulldogs lead 24-0 over the Forest Hill Patriots. With 8 seconds remaining, Forest Hill going to try to get one last play and maybe be able to get on the board before this good-eating second quarter comes to an end. There's the snap. Bird back there, and he will toss it behind his back as he gets hit. Incomplete pass is what they're going to call. And they're going to call this first half ending. Oh, they throw a flag. They throw a flag here. Coach Benson, the defensive coordinator for Terry, not happy. And I think the flag was thrown at him. They're going to blow the whistle. They're going to blow the whistle, say they're not going to the locker room. The first half has not come to a close as of yet. I think there was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, I do believe, against Coach Antonio Benson, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not sure. We'll have to see what the call is going to be here. We might get an untimed down, but I'm not sure.
I should have learned my first time, bro. I didn't. It's been a whole bunch of times I almost got caught.
So this will be a lot of yards here for Forest Hill. I think they're going to be looking at. Let's see where they. So okay, they placed the ball the 42, so they're not going to advance the ball at all. So they did call the intentional grounding against Jamarcus Bird. They also call unsportsmanlike conduct against Terry. They put 3 seconds on the clock. And we're going to see one more play here for Forest Hill before the first half comes to an end. Bird gonna run it to the left. He's able to break a tackler. He's got some more room and he runs out of bounds. Forest Hill's coach did not look happy with him running out of bounds on purpose. I don't know why he did that, but that'll end the first half. It's Terry 24, Forest Hill nothing. Just we've seen pure domination from the Bulldogs here in their first region game of the season. We'll step aside and be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network.
Yeah, the position we're in is bad for the second game. Even though we got some good shots, but it just is kind of. Yeah, we did get some good shots. They got a really good shot. Huh? Huh? Charging cord was just kind of hanging. No, I mean probably at first, but let's make sure that thing is on jam. You know, it's resting.
more.
It's actual wolves. Nigga, we battled last time. They got a big ass. Only they drum line and they two people get them. No. You know somebody else? It don't even feel real.
I'm thinking that it's half and half.
It don't even feel real. It could be. Like what? Like you should have like suit. You see that bitch like.
Yeah, go.
It was probably my fault because I had dropped the case now.
Give me some. Hey, give me your stuff because the band's about to be coming back up. Give me your notebook because the band's about to be coming back up.
So we was just looking.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it here. Then you can pull it out right after. I'm gonna put it there so you can pull it right out after.
Bro, I was finna lie and be like, that ain't.
All right, folks, it is halftime here from South Jackson Stadium. We are back. And we had some scores from around the state of Mississippi. And we've seen, there's some big games here. I saw Petal up on Oak Grove. Let me pull this score up. We see South Jones up on Summerall, 6-0 at the half. And then we see Jackson Academy up on Jackson Prep, 10-7. Wow, that's a good one there from the Brickyard. And then looking across the state here, West Jones up on George County, 27-14. Both those teams in Terry's region. West Jones is the team the Bulldogs will play next week. Warren Central up on Ridgeland, 21-0. Warren Central off to a dominant start in that ball game. Macomb and Columbia. Macomb leads 7-6 at the moment. And we'll see some updates from that later on. That's a big game between two undefeated teams. Neshoba Central up on Greenville, 21-14. At halftime, Weston and Lloyd Star tied at 19. That should be a good one. Two undefeated teams there as well. Ocean Springs up on DeIberville, 28-14. DeIberville undefeated. Ocean Springs has lost one game, and that was last week. So we see Ocean Springs in the lead, 28-14. But here at South Jackson Stadium, we've seen the Terry Bulldogs dominate this ball game on both sides of the ball. We've seen two passing touchdowns for Brady Busby, both of them to Emmanuel Harris. We're seeing Emmanuel Harris step up as a big deal for the Bulldogs, especially given the fact that they don't have Colby George in right now. Braden Gibson, their number one receiver, gets a lot of attention. It's good to be able to have other receivers get involved as well. We've seen that from Emmanuel Harris here today. Rondé Baker with a rushing touchdown and doing a lot of damage as he usually does. And we've seen a field goal make from Derek Howard Jr., and that makes the 24 points the Terry Bulldogs have. Forest Hill's been able to get nowhere really on offense. The last possession they had a few things going, but the Bulldogs ultimately shut them down. To begin the second half, the Bulldogs will be receiving the kick. Now the Bulldogs, they also completed an onside kick that allowed them to keep the football. And that's how this Terry Bulldogs team leads 24-0. We've seen a lot of good things from this Bulldogs team. Play calling from Coach Thigpen, who's the head coach but also acts as the offensive coordinator for this football team. We've seen a lot of innovation out of his play calling. And it's stuff that will work down the stretch of the season if the guys are able to execute it. And we've seen some good execution here tonight. But as always for the Bulldogs, the problem is with penalties and just rough around the edges sometimes between plays. You want to make sure you clean that up. But the Bulldogs dominating right now, 24-0. That's the halftime report. We'll step aside, be back for second half action. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network.
And the nachos.
Second half about to get going now. We got a 24-0 ball game lead for the Terry Bulldogs. Bulldogs set to receive the kickoff to begin the second half. Terry has dominated this ball game forward and backward. Want to tell you about our sponsors. We got Buford Plumbing and Heating, Barnett's Body Shop, Tire Depot, Wheeler's Janitorial, The Hydro Station, Good Eatin', Raising Cane's, Richards Tire and Auto, the South Point Center, Withers Florist, Wholesale Payments, Magnolia Mobile Pressure Washing, Boone Behavioral Health and Wellness, and Bowles Marketplace. We appreciate all our sponsors. Forest Hill set to kick this football away. And Keeson Kendrick will be back to receive. And just remember, the lead has to get to 35 points before you get to the running clock. Forest Hill getting ready to kick this football off. And there's the kick. It'll bounce and be picked up by Braden Gibson, who will return this one. Changes course to the left now. And he will go out of bounds at the 24-yard line. As for the Bulldogs, will start their first possession of the second half. That brings us to our keys to victory, brought to you by Richards Tire and Auto. Keys to victory for the Bulldogs: maintain control of the run game, continue to execute, as well as stay disciplined when it comes to penalties. Don't do that. Those are the keys to victory brought to you by Richards Tire and Auto, where the key to smooth ride starts with trusted service and unbeatable tires. From tune-ups to tire changes, Richards Tire and Auto keeps you rolling to the win. Ball at the 24-yard line. Bulldogs in shotgun with Brady Busby back there, Baker beside him. Trips to the right, none to the left. Busby hands it off Baker. Baker to the left side. He took some contact, continues to run, rips through the 30, down to the 34-yard line. And I do believe he will get that first down. Baker's on the ground as he gets to his feet. And I think they're going to say he was short. Second down and 1 for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs lead 24-0 over Forest Hill. 11:20 remaining. Baker's going to come out of the ball game. You hope he's still doing well. We're going to bring out Brandon Duplessis for the first time at running back. We've seen him on defense, though. Trips to the right, none to the left. Busby will hand it off to Duplessis around the left side, able to gain more yards and get down to the 40. First down for Terry, brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop. When your car takes a hit, Barnett's gets you back in the game fast. Quality repairs, hometown service. That's Barnett's Body Shop. Proud supporter of Terry Bulldogs football. First and 10 for the Terry Bulldogs. Ball's at the 38-yard line. They got a good run from Duplessis there. Clock stopped at 11:02. Busby in the gun. Snap back, handoff. Duplessis around the right side, has a gap, has an opening, has blocked it upfield from Gibson around the edge and gets pushed out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Great run from Brandon Duplessis. And you trade out A hoss of a running back for a super speedster in Brandon Duplessis, able to gain a whole lot of yards on that play. He's able to get 40, a 40-yard gain for Brandon Duplessis, the sophomore. Bulldogs with a 24-0 lead. Clock stops at 10:54. Another Barnett's body shot first down. Bulldogs trying to keep this ball rolling on offense. Twins to the right, one to the left. The Twins are stacked. Another handoff, fake handoff to Duplessis. Now Busby over the top to Gibson. It's incomplete. Busby had a defender in his face. He pump faked the throw to throw it the second time. And the second pass just overthrew him there. Second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball at the 22-yard line. Twins to the right, one to the left. Busby fakes the handoff, pass over. Oh, it's a perfect pass, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit his man, Emmanuel Harris, on the slant. I don't know if the ball went right through his hands or what, but wow. He threw that in there. It was right on time. And I'll bring up a third down. 3rd and 10 now for the Bulldogs. A big play here. There's a short pass to Duplessis around the edge. Oh, he breaks the tackle. He's going to push his way through inside the 20. Or I think he's at the 20. And that'll put the Bulldogs in the Raising Cane's red zone. 24-0 Terry. 4th and 8 now. Actually, yeah, 4th and 8 now for the Bulldogs. Big 4th down here. The Bulldogs going to try to get it as they keep the offense out on the field. Trips to the left and one to the right. The lone receiver to the right is none other than Braden Gibson. Duplessis lined up to the right of Busby. Busby looking, he's going to throw it to the end zone, and Harris tried to catch it, and it's going to be incomplete. Good coverage there in the end zone by Forest Hill, Caleb McCarty, and that's a turnover on downs for the Bulldogs, and so it'll be Forest Hill will take over at the 18. Still 24-0. Bulldogs unsuccessful on that possession to score. The first time in this ball game, the Bulldogs come up empty-handed on a possession. Ball be at the 18 for Forest Hill now. The Patriots back with the football again. In the shotgun. Handoff, Bibbs, nowhere. That'll be a loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Clock continues to run with 9.5 minutes to go in the third. Please be sure to tune into the South 78 football show every week. We usually do it on Wednesdays. Upcoming this week, we will actually do it on Tuesday night. But definitely be sure to tune in to the South 78 football show. Jamarcus Bird in the shotgun for Forest Hill. The snapback's there. The handoff, Bibbs, and Bibbs is wrapped up immediately. And he's going to lose another yard. 3rd and 13. This Patriot offense has found holes here and there, but maybe like 4 or 5 times in the whole ball game, but mostly they've been getting stuffed. 3rd down and long for the Patriots. Got a nice packed crowd on the Terry side here for the Bulldogs. A lot of good energy here for this undefeated football team. looking to go 6-0 for the first time since 2006. Jamarcus Byrd in the shotgun. Man in motion is Carius Powell. He will get the pass. He catches it and has room to run up the sideline. Look at that speed. He's able to get rid of some defenders from Terry. He gets to the 49, first down for Jacavius Powell. And wow, what a nice run after the catch. And a good play for Forest Hill there. Got it right over the outstretched arms of Brandon Robinson, and was able to complete the pass to his intended receiver. 24-0 ball game. Clock is stopped at 8:07. But we do see yellow on the field, and it is a penalty against Forest Hill. It's a holding penalty against Forest Hill, so scratch all of that. It was nothing. It was a 3rd and 13, but now, given where the hold was, it actually ended up being a gain in the end, so still 3rd down, but it makes it 3rd and 9 from the 19. So the Patriots still have an opportunity to make a play here. They messed up and held, which kept them from getting the first down. Jamarcus Byrd in the shotgun, twins to the right and one to the left. Snap back Byrd, handoff. Oh, he's smacked down immediately. And Jenkins got him. Darion Jenkins, the senior, gets him in the backfield for a loss. That's going to be 4th and 14 for Forest Hill, 4th and long. Here's the punt, able to get it off. It's a short punt. Oh, it does not go in the direction Forest Hill would like, and that ball stopped at the 29 in Patriot territory. Great position for the Bulldogs to start their second drive of this second half. Bulldogs football now. They're back on offense with twins to the left and one to the right. And Busby can hand off to Baker. Good to see Baker back. He's able to avoid a tackler. He gets around and spins, and he's down at the 26. A gain of 3 on the play for Baker. 2nd down and 7. Bulldogs football, 6:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. They lead 24-0. Twins to the left and one to the right. Baker with Busby in the backfield. Snap back, handoff, fake handoff to Baker, and the pass across the middle to Seth Moore. And we got yellow on the field. I don't know where this call is. I don't know if it's going to be a defensive holding or if we got something else on the field. I'm not sure. See what the call will be. They say it's an ineligible receiver downfield on the Bulldogs. So that's a penalty against Terry, which will move them back to the 31-yard line, and they lose the down. No, they replay the down, and it was 2nd down. That's my bad. 2nd down and 12. Twins to the left and one to the right. Busby in the shotgun. Snap back Busby. Got some time. He escapes and he slides down at the 31. It'll be 3rd down and 13. They actually mark him down at the 32. You want to see some more here from this Bulldog offense. Busby in the shotgun, trips to the left, one to the right. Man in motion's Baker. Busby, short pass to the backfield, Baker. Baker avoids a tackler. He's got room to run up the sideline now. He's going to run and take contact and dive down to the 11-yard line. Nice play from Rondé Baker for the first down, brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop. And the Bulldogs are now in the Raising Cane's red zone. Bulldogs back in the red zone again, first down. Clock continues to run, just over 5 minutes to play in the third. Ball's going to be from the 12-yard line for Terry. Lined up, twins to the left and one to the right. The lone receiver to the right is Braden Gibson. Busby moving to the right, tosses back, and it's a fumble as Duplessis jumps on it. And I don't know. I think Duplessis did end up with the football. That's going to be a loss of 4 on the play. 2nd and 14 from the 16-yard line. So that toss didn't really work out there on the execution. Under 5 minutes remaining in the third. 2nd and 14. Busby in the shotgun. Duplessis to his immediate left with twins to the left and one to the right. Busby, handoff Duplessis. He changes course, but Forest Hill read that play, and that's a loss. That's back to the 20 now. And now you're looking at a 3rd and 18. Four and a half minutes to go in the third. We're going to get a timeout called by Terry. We'll step aside, be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Welcome back to South Jackson Stadium, where the Terry Bulldogs taking on the Forest Hill Patriots. Terry has dominated Forest Hill, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, we've seen some good things here from the Bulldogs, but also they want to finish these possessions. So they only have 24 points, 4:28 to go in the third. Ball's at the 20-yard line. 3rd and 18 for Terry. Twins to the right and a single receiver to the left. Baker with Busby in the backfield. Snap back Busby. Busby looking, pass to Gibson, and did he get his foot in? No, they say it's incomplete. They say Gibson did not get his foot in bounds on the catch, and so it's incomplete. It'll be 4th and 18 now for the Bulldogs. You don't want this to happen in the games where you need all the points you can get. And they're going to bring the offensive unit out. They're going to bring out Derek Howard Jr. for a field goal here, as this will be the longest field goal he's attempted. It will be from 36 yards, but it'll be straight down the middle. So we'll see how much leg Derek Howard Jr. has. We know that he can kick that far, but we'll see what he has here. 36-yarder for the Bulldogs. Snap back is there. The kick is up, and it is short. I don't know if the hold was as good that time. The ball, I think, was still kind of moving a little bit on the kick. and the kick just falls short. So it's no good for the Bulldogs. They come up empty-handed for the second time. Both times here in the second half. Score remains 24-0 Terry. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button to the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button right now. It's Terry Bulldogs football right here on the network. We continue to move through the season. Next week, the Bulldogs will take on the Mustangs of West Jones down in Laurel. And I'll tell you this, be sure to go to the Good Eatin', because at the Good Eatin', they'll have the game on all the TVs in there. You want to go to the Good Eatin' and get you some good food, might get you some wings, maybe a good burger there, and watch the Terry Bulldogs take on the West Jones Mustangs in a huge region game next week. Bird, handoff, Bibbs, nowhere. Good job by the Terry defense stopping that. It's going to be a loss of about 2, second down and 12.
That was all right.
Ball is marked at the 18-yard line. Second down and 12 for the Patriots. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the third. Bird in the shotgun. Second and 12. There's a run, and they're going to get to around the 19-yard line there. To be a gain of 1, bring up third down and 11. Third and 11 now for Forest Hill. Trips to the left and one to the right. Man in motion now is Caleb McCarty. And the ball's loose. Ball's on the ground. I think Forest Hill's going to recover it. And that's going to be back to the 14. That's a loss of 5 from their spot. Fourth down and 16 now for Forest Hill, and they're going to bring out the punt unit to punt this football away. This Patriots offense just hasn't been able to get much going. Hit the like button on this stream, folks. Also share it with anyone who'd be interested in Terry Bulldogs football. And if they don't know about the TSJW Network coverage, you just got to let them know. There's the snap back. There's the punt. He barely got it off. It's going to roll. Going to be picked up by Kendrick. Kendrick had a punt return last game. He's not going to get it that time as he's jerked down to the turf. And he will be spotted at the 50. They're going to put it right there at half field. That's where the Bulldogs will get it. Their third possession of the second half. The first 2 possessions did not end well. But they are looking to have it go better this time. A pass to Gibson, and Gibson going to get past the 40, going to get the first down there. So that's a Barnett's Body Shop first down for the Terry Bulldogs here. You're looking at Brady Busby, the junior quarterback. You can tell he's limping a little bit. You hope it's nothing too serious here for the Bulldogs. Trips to the left, none to the right. Snap back to Busby, handoff to Baker. Baker around the edge and dives down to the 35. Big gain of about 3, bringing up second down and 7. Trips to the left, none to the right. Got Busby in the shotgun. Cole Reed to his immediate right. There's the handoff Reed. Reed around the left side. He's going to be met by the Forest Hill defensive line. And that'll be a loss of 3, make it 3rd and 10. Or 3rd and 9, rather. Big third down here for the Bulldogs. You want to be able to keep the ball moving. We've seen that Terry's been getting stopped here in Forest Hill territory here in the second half. Clock's down under 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Busby in the shotgun. Busby back to throw. Pass deep downfield. And he does not catch it as Kylan Gowdy over the shoulder. Incomplete. 4th and 9. And the third quarter concludes. We'll step aside, be right back for fourth quarter action here from Terry. Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. The score 24-0. Terry over Forest Hill, but this third quarter has been 0-0, and Coach Chris Thigpen wants to get this offense moving again. We'll step aside. Coach Chris Thigpen's done a great job heading up this Terry Bulldogs football team. Just like we said earlier, played against real tough competition in their region before, the teams that are now 7A. That's how he had a losing record as a coach to start off, and he had to build this program up, and he has built it back to where he now has a winning record as head coach of this Terry Bulldog team, and they have been winning. And they're knocking on the door of 6-0 for 2025. Busby in the shotgun. He's back to throw, looking at a 4th and 9. Busby going to toss it to the end zone. There's plenty of contact. It went through Harris's hands. I don't know how they don't call that one. He pulled the arm of Harris, and the ball goes through his hands. It was a great pass from Busby, but wow, oh wow, where's the call? And Coach Thigpen is beside himself. Just yanked the arm and just let it go. Wow, unbelievable. You got to say, if you're a Bulldogs fan, you have to be encouraged by that, though. These are good passes we're seeing from Busby and good routes we're seeing from Emmanuel Harris. He's already had 2 receiving touchdowns in this ball game, and you have to like what you're seeing here from the Bulldogs, but you want to get points on the board. So fourth quarter is in the early stages. Here's the handoff, and it's Bibbs. Will go out of bounds. No gain, 2nd and 10. Second and 10 from the 37-yard line for the Forest Hill Patriots. They got Jamarcus Bird lined up in the shotgun with Bibbs to his immediate right. Snap back, Bird, run to the left, and he'll run straight out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Again, no gain, and bring up a 3rd down and 10. The Bulldogs defense is just completely dominated this Forest Hill offense all night long. Forest Hill's found a few big plays, but then they just end up getting shut down by this Bulldog defense. Bulldogs continue to stop. 3rd down and 9 now. Ball for 38. Be a timeout call by Forest Hill. We'll step aside, be right back. Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Forest Hill now looking at a 3rd down and 9 with Jamarcus Bird in the shotgun. Terry looking to stop him once again. Handoff Bibbs. Bibbs around the corner, and he's going to be tripped up. And he's going to be back at the 32, which will be a loss of 6, and that'll bring up 4th and 15. See what the Patriots elect to do. And they will go out with their punt unit. They've been able to hold the Bulldogs to not a ridiculous amount of points, 24-0 at this point in time in the game. And the way the game started, it looked like it was about to be 50-something to nothing. But the second half has not been a lot of scoring for there'll been no scoring for the Bulldogs. Keeson Kendrick back to receive. Oh, that's a bad punt. It barely came off his foot, and it rolls and stops at the 42-yard line. The Bulldogs will have it in Forest Hill territory. Baker around the left side. Oh, he gets to the outside. He's pushed out of bounds past the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. Bulldogs get the first down, brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop. 10:38 to go in the ball game. Twins to the left and one to the right. Busby, handoff Baker. They reverse it to Emmanuel Harris. Harris gets around the edge a little bit. Past the 35, he's jerked down at the 34. And so, or the 24 rather. Got a tough time seeing where the markers are. I think it's a gain of about 3 on the play. Or 2nd down and 6 just about. There's Busby. Looking to throw across the middle and just a little high as he was trying to get it to Gibson. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 6. Third down and 6. Busby in the shotgun. Toss to Baker. Baker dropped it. It's on the ground. It looked like a Terry Bulldog got it. And wow, great job by Nathan Kelly jumping on that one. He had to get on that one quick, and he did, so save the Bulldogs' possession. So ball's now at the 26-yard line. 4th and 6 now for the Bulldogs. Big 4th down for them. And that'll bring us to a break. We'll step aside, be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Busby in the shotgun, trips to the right and one to the left. There's going to be a man offside, short pass to Gibson. Gibson avoiding the tackler, he stays up. He's going to run, get to the 20-yard line. Still think that might be short of the first down marker, but we're going to see an offsides penalty, I do believe. I don't know. Oh, my goodness gracious. They didn't even call the offsides. It was as clear as day. Oh, my goodness. They're going to give the ball to Forest Hill. That is nuts. Ball's at the 21-yard line for the Patriots. And, again, the Bulldogs come up empty-handed. 9:29 to go in the ball game. 24-0 lead for the Bulldogs. That's unbelievable. I mean, he was clearly offsides. But haven't really seen it. Can't say this has been the greatest officiated game I've seen, I'll tell you that much. Ball at the 21. Under 9.5 minutes to go in the game. Jamarcus Bird, he fumbles it a little bit. He gets it back, but he gets rocked at the 16. Be a loss of 5. 2nd and 15. Terry and Forest Hill here at South Jackson Stadium. Terry 24, Forest Hill nothing, 8:50 to play in the ball game. Bird back to throw. He's going to run it. Oh, he finds the run. He's around the edge. He's a great runner. He's started off playing running back. He's going to get the first down and get out to the 32-yard line. That's a first down for the Patriots. Ball at the 32 for Forest Hill. Short pass outside. Oh, it's caught. And out in the full stride. Oh, he finds opening. And Forest Hill might check to the house for the first time. And he will. Touchdown, Patriots. and they will get in the end zone. There will not be a shutout here at South Jackson Stadium. That was Caleb McCarty who came through with the catch, and he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Forest Hill. And they are now on the board. And he really got off that block fast out on the flat and got all the way in for the touchdown. They'll go for the extra point here, 24-6, Terry in the lead. And listen, Forest Hill gave Terry a tough battle last year, and now they're proving to give a tough battle this year, even though the Bulldogs really have dominated the game. They're going to sit up for the extra point. Now they're going for two. A direct snap it here to Bibbs, and he will get nowhere. So the two-point conversion is no good. And so the score will remain 24-6. Terry in the lead. Folks, please be sure to hit the subscribe button to the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button right now. Forest Hill getting ready to kick this football off to the Terry Bulldogs. Got Keeson Kendrick and Braden Gibson back to receive the kick. Onside kick from Forest Hill, and Terry will recover. Darion Jenkins jumps on top of it. No, that's not Darion Jenkins. That is Austin Johnson, the senior, jumping on that one. So the Bulldogs will get pretty good field position here. I believe the ball will be right around the 45-yard line. We'll see this Bulldog offense take the field again, and you really want to see a good score here. It's 24-6, and there's a path for Forest Hill here, but the Bulldogs not worried about that. They need to worry about just getting into this end zone. Twins to the left, one to the right. Snap back to Busby. Hand off Baker. Baker finds a gap, and he's able to break another tackle. He breaks another one past the 40 and down to the 38-yard line. They'll spot it at the 39. That's a Barnett's body shot first down. And you have to give credit to Forest Hill for their tackling. You know, Baker's been able, against Murrah and against Raymond, he was able to basically barely even get tackled in those games. And Forest Hill's been able to get him down a few times. And now we got an injury here. I think it's a cramp, and that's better to see. Terry football player there. Again, I want to remind you to check out the Magnolia Shine podcast. We come on Mondays and Thursdays discussing high school sports in Mississippi. We've been talking a lot of high school football. Myself and the one and only Blake Levine. We make our picks every week. A lot of good games here for week 7. As that was Nathan Kelly down on the field. It's good to see him get up, but he's being helped up, which is not necessarily the best way. He's walking on his own power now, hobbling a little bit. Bulldogs lead 24-6 over Forest Hill. As we'll see this Terry Bulldog offense coming off a first down from Rondé Baker. First down and 10 from the 39-yard line in Forest Hill territory. They'll go out with twins to the right and one to the left. Busby in the shotgun with Baker acting as the tailback. Busby, handoff Baker. Baker loses his footing, taken down. Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12. And so now you got Busby in the shotgun with Baker to his immediate right. He got trips to the right and none to the left. Bulldogs looking at a 2nd and 12 from the 41-yard line in Patriot territory. Handoff Baker around the left side, trying to find a hole, and he's taken down by 3. That's going to be a loss. Be a loss of 2 for Baker. 2nd and 14. And Baker's showing some frustration here. So he's going to come out of the ball game. They're going to put in Duplessis. Third and 14 now for the Bulldogs. From the 43-yard line. Busby in the shotgun, Duplessis to his immediate left, trips to the right, 1 to the left. Busby back to throw. He's going to run the football, and he's going to be taken down at the 43. No gain, 4th and 14. And Busby now, he's hobbling. And he looks like he's going to have to come out of the ball game. That's not good to see for the Bulldogs. Terry's offense starting to struggle a little bit. Now that's something that coach is going to want to get right for next week. Take on West Jones, which will be a tough opponent. They're beating George County at the moment in their first region game. We're going to see for the first time a punt unit for the Bulldogs. Be Braylon Beverly, number 41, and he will punt it. That will be a high punt, and it will take a decent bounce. Oh, wow. We see a little contact there. Terry seemed to think that it was touched by Forest Hill. But the Patriots will have the football. 5:06 to play in the ball game. 24-6 lead for the Terry Bulldogs. This Terry band has been jamming all game long. Forest Hill with the football now. Jamarcus Bird in the shotgun. He fumbles it. And there's going to be yellow all over the field as there's a flag against most likely Forest Hill, probably for a false start. So ball is at the 19-yard line. I think it's a 2nd and 15 here for Forest Hill. From the 20. 2nd and 15. Jamarcus Bird in the shotgun. Snaps high. Here's the run. Getting around the edge. And he'll turn the corner a little bit, but he'll be out at the 23-yard line. That's a 3-yard gain. Bring up 3rd down and 12. Twins to the right, one to the left. There's the handoff. Bibbs past the 30, diving across. Be close to the first down. I think he'll be about a yard short, just about, a yard short of the first down. 4th down and 1 now for Forest Hill. So big 4th down here. 3:50 to go in the ball game. 24-6. Terry in the lead. Terry has not scored here in the second half. It's been 6-0 Forest Hill's way. Man in motion is McCarty. He's the one that got the touchdown, and we're going to see yellow on the field. Is going to be a delay of game against Forest Hill, which will bring up 4th and 6. Kind of killing their chance of having an easier conversion on that 4th down. Going to push the ball back to the 29-yard line. 4th and 6 for the Patriots. And now they're going to punt the football. Keeson Kendrick back to receive for Terry. Snaps high. He's going to punt that ball. Nearly got blocked. And it's going to roll in a Terry direction. And they'll stop it at the 46-yard line. And that's where the Bulldogs will have it in Forest Hill territory. I know if you're Coach Thigpen, you want to see your guys get some good offensive action here. I don't know if we're going to see the starters again or if we're not. I'm not sure. I don't know what we're going to see here, but we see a Forest Hill player down. I think this is a cramp. The Bulldogs will go out there with Busby, with Rondé Baker, with Braden Gibson, and you definitely want to get in the end zone again before this night's finished, just because your offense has been stuck here in the second half. 24-6 ball game, 3:01 to go in this game. The Bulldogs look like they'll comfortably go 6-0, but you want to end on a good note here. Busby in the shotgun with Baker to his immediate right, a single receiver out left, and a single receiver out right. Snap back to Busby, handoff Baker. Baker able to shake his way through, get past the 40, down to the 39-yard line. And that will be a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3 for the Bulldogs. Twins to the left with none to the right. Handoff again to Baker. Baker around the right edge. Oh, he stiff-armed a man. And now he's going to advance his way down to the 35. He's pushing a pile out of bounds to the 32. That's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs. First down's brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop, and a little bit of trouble over there on the far sideline. And mostly Forest Hill inspired. The Bulldogs able to stay disciplined at that point. Rondé had a lot of guys up in his face and was able to stay cool and get to the next play here. First down, Bulldogs. And let's see where the spot will be. Clock stops so they can move the chains. 2:07 to play in the game. Busby in the shotgun, a receiver out left, a receiver out right. Baker to the immediate right of Busby. Clock's running, a minute 50 to go in the ball game. Busby, handoff Baker to the left side. Baker, he delivers a blow to 3 guys, but once there's 5 guys on you, eventually you go down. Baker's got to come out. Baker looks frustrated. I hope it's not an injury frustration. Ball's going to be at the 35-yard line. Be 2nd and 12. Just over a minute to go in the ball game. Busby in the shotgun. Receiver out left and right. Duplessis to his immediate left. Duplessis will get a run at it. He'll run right through the middle, get past the 30, down to the 28-yard line. A gain of 7, bringing up 3rd and 5. Clock continues to run. We're down to 50 seconds to play. Folks, we got 40 seconds left, and I think next week we're going to be in for another Terry West Jones Classic. We've seen them over the last couple of years. They played each other 3 times. West Jones bested the Bulldogs all 3. And now I think Terry's going to be ready for him this upcoming week. She'll be down in Laurel as a run from Duplessis for no gain. And the Bulldogs might take this one off the field and in this ball game. And I think Coach is going to tell the guys, let's get on off the field. And folks, that is going to wrap up our evening. Terry, 24, Forest Hill, 6. South 78, holla. The Bulldogs win again. And they move to 6-0. History has been made. The Bulldogs 6-0 for the first time in 19 years as they defeat the Forest Hill Patriots. Forest Hill will drop to 1-6 on the season. Terry next week will head down to Laurel to take on the 5-2 West Jones Mustangs. And we'll see how that game will go. I appreciate my crew here with the TSJW Network. I want to do the South Point Center player of the game. That's going to go to Brady Busby here today. 2 passing touchdowns. Even his incomplete passes look good. He looked poised tonight. Brady Busby as the South Point Center player of the game. And now I want to thank my crew on the sideline camera. We got son Michael Williams here today. We're for sideline camera. We got King Williams over here on the main camera, as well as Nettie Williams on production. I'm Trellis Williams, your host. This is Terry Bulldogs football right here on the TSJW Network. Hit that subscribe button. Next week we'll be down in Laurel as Terry takes on West Jones. Woo! We're ready for that one. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. I'm Trellis Williams. We out.